Randall Hughes with GodGlorified.com, and we are commenting on today's reading for May the 13th, and mostly upon 2 Samuel 15 with various Psalms intermingled, Psalm 63, Psalms 41, Psalm 63, and Psalm 61, and then Psalm 3 intermingled amongst the 15th chapter of 2 Samuel. And it's during this time that Absalom is increasing his influence and has declared himself king, and David and his people are fleeing for their lives, and he is uncertain of what will take place, and him rising up against. And it's in this time that David offers this statement that we read in the 15th chapter and in the 26th verse. Actually, we'll start with 25. And the king said unto Zadok, carry back the ark of God into the city. If I shall find favor in the eyes of Yahweh, he will bring me again and show me both it and his habitation. But if he thus say, I have no delight in thee, behold, here am I. Let him do to me as seemeth good unto him. There's a book called The Tale of Three Kings. I want to say the gentleman that authored name's Edwards. I'm a little foggy on it right now, on his name, but at any rate, incredible book. And the three kings, this is a spoiler alert, the three kings are Saul, David, and Absalom. And he asks the question, which one are you? And in it, he depicts here David, who said, if God's through with me, then what can I do other than let him get me out of the way? And that's kind of what we saw in that 26th verse there in the 15th chapter. And so here they are weeping, fleeing for their lives. And it is possible, I don't know when all these Psalms were written or not, but it's possible they were in this context. And he's asking about all the enemies that are increased against him, and believing in God to be his deliverance and his help, even though they're saying there is no help in God for him. And so his trust and his faith is being challenged, but he continues to believe, continues to trust in God, even when everything, including his own family, is turned against him, which not really the first time, because his father really wasn't all that for him, did not even call him to the anointing when Samuel said, I want to see your sons. So it's not uncommon. His brothers didn't believe in him when he went to battle against Goliath. And now here is his own flesh and blood, Absalom, rising up against him, and an insurrection, and has turned the hearts of the people against David, and set himself up in a way so that he could become and is becoming the king of this people. It's uncertain how long a period of time David was exiled from Jerusalem. We really don't have the timing given. Reese places this around 993 BC when this begins. And it is, I believe, all within the same year before Absalom is killed. And so I don't believe it covers more than a year, but it certainly could have covered weeks and even months of time. And it is 992 BC according to Reese by the time we get to Samuel 18 and Absalom is slain. But at any rate, we really don't know, but it does seem to pass some period of time, which means that Absalom reigned as king in Jerusalem while David was exiled for a period of time, possibly longer than some other kings that ruled in time, because some were just ruled a short period of time, months, weeks, and were killed by someone in an insurrection. And so it's very, very amazing to stop and consider the path and the very difficult road that David had. He may have been a man after God's own heart, and he may be chosen and viewed as the city of David today, and he's magnified and elevated in almost a mythical proportion. And yet, I'm not meaning that at all in terms of discrediting the fact that I absolutely believe he did live and was an individual that God placed trust and confidence in and a covenant with. And so, yet he had a very rough road, as we've already mentioned. Ishbosheth ruled the first 7 years, while he was only ruling in Hebron and Judah. And after 7 years, he finally had the throne. But it was not without challenges, as we're seeing right now, as we've seen with the fall of his children, fall of Ammon, after the rape of Tamar, and the absolutely unbelievable things that no one would want to ever happen within their family that have happened within David's family. And so some possibly brought on because of his own sin, his own choices. And oftentimes that's how it is. Sin has a penalty. And God help us, be merciful to us, is what we cry for and believe for, that he will be for us. And so David is running for his life, but he has this attitude: God, you know what your plan is for my kingdom, for this kingdom, and it's your kingdom, God, not mine. And if you're wanting to move me out of the way, I have a willing heart, God. You know I want to do your will, and I'm submitted. And so be submitted to God and be humble before him. And God resists the proud, but gives grace to the humble. God bless you.